Yeah. The beets are, there's probably some that are getting real close.
That one we could pick out.
There's probably some giants in there.
So can we pick up that
Well,
one?
not yet. Let's just give a little overview. What are we going to be doing today?
We're gonna pull out some of the garden.
Yeah, we're going to clean up the squalor that is the backyard garden here. It's kind of been just somewhat neglected last couple weeks. Hey, looky here. Got some ticker melons. Not quite ripe. Yep, ticker melons. You eating some kale, babies?
That one's starting to turn orange.
Yeah, that one's getting ripe. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna tear out a lot of this stuff that's just, it's pretty well done.
We didn't cut a lot of cucumbers to save seeds for.
Yeah, we've already done that. We're gonna pull out our peppers, just kind of clean up the majority of the beds here. Kind of get things ready for fall here. And the leaves on the tree, they're starting to turn. So pretty soon we'll be bringing in our cover mulch, our leaves, and incorporating them in the garden. One thing that is striking, and you actually would have to be here to see it, but the ground, you know, again, I piled this up probably 4 inches thick, 3-4 inches thick, and there's maybe an inch that has not been incorporated into the ground. So this stuff's broken down a lot faster than I thought it would. The other thing, it feels kind of spongy walking, doesn't it? Which is interesting. There's all these worm castings where the worms have been working and loosening things up. Here's our cover crop. We got some buckwheat that's coming up here where the tomatoes is planted. I was pretty liberal in throwing the seeds down here. I'm gonna let that get a little taller, and then we're just gonna pull it all out and just leave it lay. Kind of a chop and drop strategy.
A huge beet that had the stem out of it. Can I pull that one out?
Well, let's take a look.
I sat down, and then it was that I sat down.
Yeah.
I risked it.
All right, go ahead and pull that out.
What?
Go ahead and pull it out.
That's a pretty good one.
That's an excellent. That's a Detroit red. I think that's what I planted.
There's another one sticking. That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
We got some beets going.
Hey, honey, no. Hey.
Say that you can't pick any beets until the
These are the
go
beets. You know, we're kind of rambling here in this video, but.
Oh, we got a little one.
All right.
It's good that we got some beets.
Yeah, anyway, the greens have been fantastic in salads. We've harvested a few leaves from this patch. The stems themselves, I mean, it's all edible. Don't pull any more, bud, okay?
Yeah, I'll save some.
Let's
for
wait.
Later.
So anyway, it's just been fantastic for salads.
Can I show Mommy?
You can show Mommy, look.
Mommy. Mama, wait. Mama.
Our kale's getting up there. It's right at about 4 foot tall.
And the leaves are starting to come down.
And now that it's getting colder, it's getting sweeter. 'Cause again, the starches in the plant are converting to sugar, which is nature's antifreeze. We've got a lot of peppers to harvest, the jalapenos. I mean, this plant's just loaded with some nice looking jalapenos, and they're hot too.
A pretty good plant because like the hotness can't get underground.
Yeah. So overall, things are doing great. Again, we're gonna harvest all the peppers, gonna pull them before the frost gets them. Which I'm a little surprised we've not had a killing frost yet. We've usually by this time we get it, but the tomatoes, we'll pick the last of the cherry tomatoes. We've harvested quite a few off there, and I tell you, they're just absolutely sweet. Definitely have a better flavor even than in the summer, you know, when this was in peak production. There's a whole cluster there, but we'll harvest the rest of those and pull the vines. Again, as far as the garden waste, the cucumber vines, the melon vines, and the tomato vines I will not incorporate in my compost pile, just because they tend to harbor more diseases. You know, I just don't try to minimize the risk of contaminating the compost with that. Whereas the peppers and the lettuces, the kale, anything in the brassica family. Yeah, you're up there, aren't you? These plants, I do compost. They don't have any blight issues. And then again, the strategy will be to let that all just sit in that compost bin through the winter and everything, and then next spring I will throw that through my chipper, and we'll end up with some pretty good material. This is the leftovers from the last batch that we didn't use, but doing that I had more than enough compost for all of my plantings.
Let's pick them out.
All right, that's enough. So you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
What do you think, child? All right. Well, hey, I guess that's it for now. Until next time,
Bye.
happy gardening. Bye.